Hello, welcome back to Ode to Venus. My name is Michelle, and this is where I do tough love tarot readings with some other stuff. You can check it out in my videos. So, I want to preface this reading with a trigger warning. I am a tough love tarot reader. I will only read you what you need to hear, and I will never sugarcoat things, and I will never twist things into a false positive. I intentionally make my readings this way because I believe it's a lot more productive than if I were to fill you with false hope or tell you something is coming when it isn't, because I truly believe that change starts from inside of us. So if we can't look inside, nothing outside is going to come in that we want or that we're ready for. So, tough love, no sugarcoating, no false positives. I'm very, very blunt. If you are not into any of these things, please do not watch this reading. I am not the reader for you, okay? Also, this is a general reading for the public, so if you would like a more personalized reading, the links are in the description below. But because this one is more general, just take what resonates with you and leave what does not resonate. You know your situation better than I, so use your discernment in that case. And one last announcement, I just started a Patreon. So if you want to support this channel, there are a few different tiers that you can choose from. Everyone who joins the Patreon is going to get early access to these general readings. I'm thinking I'm going to make it like a month out, but maybe that's too far out, maybe like 15 days, depends. Maybe I'll ask people like how far out they would want it. But definitely you get early access to these readings, you get personalized things every month, and depending on what tier you choose, there's a lot of fun things that we can work together on. So yeah, all those links are going to be in the description. Let's get started. Hi Virgo. Happy birthday! Welcome to your September 2020 reading. I can't believe it's September already. All right, so take a deep breath for me, please. If you are returning from last month, I always use the same 4 categories: what you're avoiding, how you're bullshitting yourself and others, consequences if you don't take action, message from your shadow self, and message from your shadow self. I don't know where. I only had coffee today, and so I'm thinking, like, maybe I should eat food. I mean, I definitely should eat food, but, like, I don't know. My appetite's just been weird lately. Okay. So, for this reading, I'm using my astrology cards in conjunction with my transparent tarot deck, which I just got, and it's such a cool deck. You'll see. But yeah, just keep breathing. Whoops. All right. Let me adjust some things. Okay, let's see. I don't know. With these cards, it's a little different. I don't know if it's better if I pull the camera down or if I hold it up. Let's see. Nope. I'll hold it up. It's fine. Okay, so for your first pile, you have what you're avoiding. So this is the Magician card on top of the 8th house card of beginnings and endings. So what you're avoiding is obviously a new start in your life. You are scared to let go of something in the past, and you are just kind of reveling in the feeling of destruction and chaos because for some reason it feels more manageable that way instead of actually taking the chance and going for what it is that you actually want in life. I'm seeing that those of you who do have a plan for yourself, it's either going to take a long time or you're taking a long time to start. So the delay truly is on your end because we have the Magician here. The Magician here. So you can't expect new things to come in if you are not actively trying to go after them, or if you are actively putting yourself in situations that make you feel stuck. either in the past or the present. For a lot of you, it could be a job or a relationship, or it could just be like a new phase in your life. Like you just want to start like working out or something, and you just haven't really started a regimen or really tried to stretch or anything. So it's just like any cycle that needs to end in your life has to be by your hands. It's almost as if like a lot of you are waiting for some kind of miracle, like some kind of external thing is going to come in and hand it to you on a silver platter or save you from yourself, but you can't. The magician means that you need to be the one. Excuse me. And it can be hard because, you know, who likes, like, no one really asks for the 8th house. Like people with Scorpio placements or like eighth house placements, they can manage because that's what they were, you know, those are the cards that they were dealt. But people who aren't used to 8th house energy, they really just, it's like the tower moment for them, right? Because it's so shocking and just so intense that like it feels almost traumatic. Like, so change feels traumatic because you no longer have control over the thing. And that's the thing that you and Scorpio have in common, is this really strong desire to control. And I understand that because it's out of anxiety. But you have to understand that there is just very little in this world, in this universe, that you can control. The only thing that you should be working on controlling is your mind and your thought process, especially you Virgos, because you guys are very cerebral. Your mind is very powerful, but because your mind is super, super powerful, if you have a negative thought, you can be stuck in that negative thought for weeks, for months, for years, maybe a whole lifetime. So if you're stuck in some kind of like mental cycle, I do see this for some of you as a nudge to go find a therapist, to go find some sort of external help. If you want external help, then you have to invite it in. You see how that works? Like you can get the help that you need. It is readily available to you. Like the universe always has everything that we need, but we have to trust that we are capable of meeting the universe halfway to receive those things, because the universe will only ever meet you halfway. It's never going to just fully hand you a miracle. For some people it might feel that way, but it's because they did the work. So what you're avoiding is doing the work. How you're bullshitting yourself and other people. Capricorn, I use clarified by the Temperance card. Oh, this is interesting. Hold on, let me look at this for a while. But if you want to see it, oh, this is so, that's awkward. You can see my reflection in this. Okay. All right. So I'm just thinking, because it's like the Temperance card is Sagittarius, and that's right after Capricorn, right? So this is telling me that if you do the work, if you put in the elbow grease, which I think you are very good at because Earth is your element, you will get the rewards that comes afterwards. So it's almost as if you're telling yourself, because this is in the category of how you're bullshitting yourself and others, because you have these in that category, it's telling me that you are pretending to put on a face to make yourself seem more elevated than you actually are. Capricorn is all about the status. So if you just want to see this card by itself, this is so weird. I can like see myself in the card. I don't know. It's also like kind of dark and all the colors blend together. So, but it's like, Capricorn is the energy of needing to be the best, needing to be the one that can guide other people, or that can show other people like they want to be the boss, right? So you're acting like a boss when you're not, and you're acting balanced when you're not. That's another thing that Temperance shows us, is balance. And also, if you look in this particular card for the Temperance, you see how there's a fire here, and then it leads to the full cup. This is saying you need to get that spark lit underneath your ass. You need to get the fire in the belly going, because it's going to lead you directly to your blessings. And this could be love. This could be emotional fulfillment. I think emotional fulfillment, for most of you, is what that's going to be, because you can't attract in a partner until you're fulfilled yourself, a healthy partner at least. Or at least the partner that you want. Let me say it that way. Like, you can attract people all you want, but you're going to attract people that are only going to point out the things in you that you're avoiding, and it's going to trigger you. So if you're pretending to be like this big boss Capricorn, you're pretending to be like this super balanced Zen person, like you can't pretend to be okay when you're not. And that's kind of like your thing. So I get it. It's easier to just be like, everything's fine, everything's perfect, but like you're crumbling inside. So please don't do that. Please, 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 because the truth will always defend itself. That's one of my favorite quotes. The truth will always defend itself. So no matter out there who you're trying to impress, how many likes on Instagram you're trying to get, I don't know, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you're going to sleep and you're miserable. So that's what you really need to tackle here, is just being honest with yourself and being honest with your feelings, because you meet a lot of resistance in your life and you try to control and fix the situation when the situation is not asking to be fixed. It's not asking to be controlled. There's a reason why you're triggered by certain people. It's because those people are trying to tell you that there's a certain way that you're doing things that has time and time again proved to be unsuccessful for you. So you keep running your head into this wall and it's just not working, and you're like, well, maybe if I run into it like at this velocity and blah, 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 and you just try to figure out different ways to run into the wall when the situation is telling you to not run into the wall, but to go around it. So you have to be able to be fluid in that way of understanding that it's just not going to come to fruition just because you pretend that it is. Does that make sense? Okay. Like, if you had your sights set on breaking down this wall, it's sorry. If you had your sights set on breaking down this wall and it's just not working, at some point you have to admit to yourself that maybe I have to go around and it's not meant to be broken down. So it's just like different perspectives. Temperance is also about different perspectives, like a higher perspective. So, yeah. Consequences if you don't take action. We have the Sun, Spirit, and the Knight of Wands. So, this is so interesting. So, the consequences if you don't take action is burnout. I think a lot of you are already here, actually, because it's just way more fiery than I expected for a Virgo. It's just really intense. And you see how the Knight is kneeling? The Knight is kneeling, and he is normally a fighter, right? He's normally like the go-getter. In the traditional tarot, he's like running after whatever he wants. And you guys do that. Sometimes you do body the Knight of Wands. Because you do know better. Like you guys are smart and you know better. But the consequences, if you keep going like this and you keep bullshitting yourself, you're going to burn out. And you're going to end up, I'm hearing the word devoured. You're going to end up getting devoured by stress and by just like an unhealthy immune system. Because that's the thing. The Sun, it makes me think of Leo, which makes me think of the solar plexus chakra. So it talks about willpower. It talks about your diet. It talks about your true happiness and like your spirit, just like how you feel. So your spirits are going to be low. You're going to feel depressed, some of you. You're going to feel, again, burnt out. And it's just not going to... It's not going to be like the fun, like, sunny day, let's all go to the pool. It's going to be like the 100-degree weather, humid, frizzy hair, like sweaty pits, just like all the stuff that comes with the heat and that comes with summer that people don't like but are able to overlook because it's summer. But if it's something that's burning you out, and if you think that by staying in that chaos that you can fix it by just being there, You can't. It's going to destroy you. You have to try something new. You have to try something new. Okay? Message from your shadow self. So in the beginning, you got the 8th house card. Now you have the Scorpio card, which is also 8th house. And then on top of that, you have the 4 of Wands. So I transform. Yeah, message from your shadow self. Transform, change. It's the same. It just kind of, did a full circle. You need to change something in your life. For a lot of you, it has something to do with family, or just if it's not family related, then any kind of like building of a structure. So if you are like an architect or like a construction worker, obviously, but also if you are building something online, if you're building a business, if you're building something that has a foundation, that could also be the advice here. Like, how do I transform? How do I get out of this rut? How do I do this and that? Try building something new for yourself. Try building a new foundation. So don't focus so much on the destination. Focus on the foundation. That's what I'm hearing, because I think a lot of you are getting ahead of yourself. Same thing with the Knight of Wands here. It's like you are trying to put the cart before the horse, and it's not working, and you keep trying to do it, and you keep trying to do it, and you keep meeting resistance, and you don't know why. It's because you need to try something new. You need to build a different foundation rather than continue to work on the one that you're comfortable with. So know and trust in yourself that you have the abilities to build a foundation. Like, look at the one you already did. Look at the one that you're trying to hold on to. You did that. So you can do it again somewhere else. And I saw this quote this morning that's perfect for you guys right now. It was like, be okay with trying something new, because you're not starting it from scratch. You're starting it from experience. So everything that you've done in your past before, you're not losing because you're moving on from it. You have that under your belt. So you are going to take that knowledge and all the things that you learned from that, and if you choose to, you can build a new foundation with it. But you have to be the one to get off your ass, to feel this fire, because it's going to lead you directly to your blessings. So if you want to get the blessings, they're here, but you have to go through the 8th house transformation. You have to change something. You have to start something new and stop doing the same thing that you've been doing your whole life over and over and over and over again and expecting different results, because that's just not how it's going to go. All right, one more time to see if you would like to look at the cards. They're kind of big, and I'm sorry, I know they're not straight and all that, but like, meh. Cool. All right, Virgo. Hopefully these cards resonated with you. This is the first time I'm trying this combo, but I really like it. So yeah, happy birthday. You got this, okay? See ya.